Tiger Woods has been associated with Nike for more than half of his life. Ever since penning a deal in 1996 after turning pro, Woods has famously worn the swoosh, picking up just about every accolade imaginable. By January 2024, his deal with Nike Golf came to an end. A momentous occasion indeed, as many other brands jumped on the opportunity to land the much-coveted 15-time major winner. Woods himself teased a potential new sponsorship deal, taking to social media to write, "The vision remains the same, 2/12/24, followed by an intense headshot. Well, that date has since passed, and we now know his choice, TaylorMade. The deal between the golfer and the sports brand isn't new. Since 2017, Woods has had a partnership with TaylorMade, which sees him use their golf clubs. This switch came after Nike terminated their golf equipment section in 2016. That said, let's explore more about this deal, including how TaylorMade landed one of the most decorated golfers in history, what Woods gets in return, and what the deal means for the rest of his career. Bye-bye Nike. Woods confirmed the end of his deal with Nike in January 2024. The golfer took to social media to share an emotional post. "Over 27 years ago, I was fortunate to start a partnership with one of the most iconic brands in the world. The days since have been filled with so many amazing moments and memories. If I started naming them, I could go on forever." Former Nike CEO Phil Knight's passion and vision brought this Nike and Nike Golf partnership together, and I want to personally thank him, along with the Nike employees and incredible athletes I have had the pleasure of working with along the way. People will ask if there is another chapter. Yes, there will certainly be another chapter. See you in LA, Tiger. What followed next was a tease of what was to come, in which Woods provided a date and picture that coincidentally with his appearance as both host and participant at Riviera in Los Angeles. The last time Woods donned the famous swoosh was at the PNC Championship, when he and his son Charlie played as a team. Perhaps a foretelling of what was to come was the fact that Charlie was donning the logo of a different sportswear brand. That said, not seeing Woods with the famous swoosh that has marked every game of his career for 27 years might be new for many fans, but it's unlikely that parting ways keeps him up at night. Forbes estimated that the golfer enjoyed up to $500 million from this deal, which was enough to make him one of the few athletes with net worth in the billions of dollars. The TaylorMade deal. Before we talk about why Nike didn't mind letting Woods go, and why the golfer didn't mind putting behind him a lucrative deal that pretty much defined his career, let's talk about what the new sponsors brought to the negotiation table. For starters, understand that although TaylorMade isn't as big or globally renowned as Nike, they aren't a small brand. In fact, the sports brand has been partnering with Woods for years now. That's right, in 2016, Nike culled its golf equipment division. That meant Woods needed a new sponsorship for his golf clubs and balls. Up steps TaylorMade to fill the gap for his clubs, while the golfer partnered with Bridgestone for his golf balls. With Nike out of the picture now, TaylorMade has stepped up to be Woods' go-to for apparel and footwear. Stepping up to the stage at a high-end restaurant off Sunset Boulevard for what was more an event than a press conference discussing his new brand, Woods explained, "It's the right time in my life. It's transitional. I'm no longer a kid anymore." Nothing better conveyed these sentiments than how the golfer was dressed for the event. Black shoes and a cashmere hoodie, none featuring the famous swoosh that had been present his entire pro career. Given that there are other brands of the same standing as Nike, you start to wonder what made Woods prefer a deal with TaylorMade instead. It's down to one thing: the deal structure. With TaylorMade, Woods isn't just another signee meant to bring publicity to the brand. He's a partner with stakes in the deal. Gerben IP founder Josh Gerben, who's also a trademark employee, better explains the golfer's new deal. Tiger and TaylorMade set up a completely new company to sell Tiger's products, Gerben shared on X. The deal structure suggests that Tiger and TaylorMade are sharing ownership and profits of the new company. Gerben further explained how trademarks were filed, identifying some standout details that may have flown over our heads. The fact that TaylorMade filed for an LLC versus a corporation is really interesting. Typically, an LLC is formed when the entity in question will be owned by multiple individuals or companies. Gerben further explained that it only made sense that Woods held ownership stakes in the new venture. Otherwise, the company, TaylorMade, would not have any breed to create a new entity. In his words, the fact that TaylorMade created a new company to own these trademarks also indicates that the entity was created solely for the partnership with Woods. This suggests that Woods will have equity in both the trademarks and whatever project he is launching with TaylorMade. A different attorney, this time an intellectual property attorney from Hunt & Hunt Lawyers Australia, by the name Tyrone Walker, echoed similar sentiments to Gerben. His chambers were responsible for some of the trademark filings between Woods and TaylorMade. According to Walker, TaylorMade Lifestyle Ventures LLC pointed to the likelihood of a joint venture between the golfer and sports brand as opposed to the latter outright owning the new entity. Part of the important details Gerben pointed out in his tweets was that the new venture heading Woods' deal, TaylorMade Lifestyle Ventures LLC, was an entity of its own, separate from TaylorMade Golf Company Inc., the entity responsible for filing the sports brand's trademarks. A third authority figure commented on the deal and front office sports author David Rumsey. He explained that Woods' new brand with TaylorMade would be sold under the new entity, different from TaylorMade. If that wasn't enough difference between the two, the new entity would operate out of San Clemente, California, compared to TaylorMade's headquarters located in Carlsbad. But perhaps the biggest confirmation came from TaylorMade's CEO himself, David Abeles, who implied during the event that the new entity was Woods' company and others were there in supporting roles. In his words, "This is a full-blown, unequivocal partnership. There's no influence from TaylorMade on this brand. The brand stands alone." New brand? Sunday Red is the brainchild of Tiger Woods' new deal with TaylorMade. The brand's logo depicts a tiger, no points for guessing the inspiration, with 15 stripes, a nod to the 15 major championships that Woods has won across his career. Every aspect of the logo's detailing tells a story about the thought that went into it. For example, Woods said the logo would be updated if he ever won another major. For the name of the brand itself, despite being pronounced as Sunday Red, it's spelled out as Sunday Red. Breaking Sunday into two words comes from Woods' belief in the power of the rule of three, and as Woods always says about his career goals, work hard, think hard, play hard. In a press release about the new brand, Woods is quoted as saying, "I have learned so much over the years and have a lifetime of experience adjusting my apparel and footwear to help me play better based on the way it was constructed. There are things that I could tell you that no one knew I was doing over the years. I'm ready to share those secrets with the world." Part of this secret was why the golfer had an affinity for red when playing on Sundays for the duration of his career. He credits his Thai-born mother, Kultida, for this superstition, as she told the golfer that red was his power color. TaylorMade plans to launch Sunday Red first in Canada and the United States on the 1st of May, the sweet spot between the Masters and the PGA Championship. The plan is to launch a men's line first, with the addition of women's and children's lines and a footwear line expected to come as the brand breaks into key markets. Initial glances at the various apparel in the lineup revealed golf gloves, caps, and shoes with the Sunday Red Tiger logo. Given the nature of the deal and the different entity handling the brand, Sunday Red will get its own headquarters, staff, and designers. Woods has partnered with TaylorMade in handpicking some of the best fashion and culture minds to run the brand. One such person is Brad Blankenship, who is now president of Sunday Red after working on lines like RVCA and Quicksilver. Why did Nike split with Woods? Now that we know that TaylorMade made Woods an offer he could not refuse, why didn't Nike make a similar offer or fight to keep their prized golfer? The Swoosh giants are big enough to make Woods a partner and grant him some ownership stakes in his brand at the company, but reports suggest none of that happened. He had zero equity in the Woods brands of Nike as a whole. Although it's unlikely that we'll get a straightforward answer right now, hopefully we get to hear it on a podcast someday. It's possible that several events that have transpired over the last decade and a half may be responsible. If that's the case, then the split is down to Woods' doing and sheer dumb luck. Nike began expanding their presence in golf during the early 2000s. They went from making just apparel and footwear to creating gold equipment like clubs and such. By the turn of the decade in 2009, Woods was getting into his first major scandal, a single-car crash on Thanksgiving night. This event would prove to be the first domino to fall before everything else came crashing down, such as his infidelities and addictions that eventually led to his divorce. Although Woods' career wasn't entirely detailed by this scandal, it ruined his public image, forcing several brands to drop him, like Gatorade. However, Nike continued with the golfer. Even when he withdrew from the spotlight, only playing in limited tournaments and going 3 years without winning an event, the sportswear giants didn't budge. However, just because Nike didn't part with Woods didn't mean they didn't find other alternatives. In 2013, they signed Rory McIlroy on a contract worth $250 million, which essentially made him the new face of Nike Golf. Woods spent the next decade trying to refresh his image, but it wasn't the smoothest journey. He ran into several setbacks, including a DUI arrest, back surgeries, and an automobile accident that very nearly cost him his leg. This made the veteran golfer withdraw from full-time participation on the PGA Tour. Unfortunately, by the time Woods returned with a better public image, Nike had already started to back out of golf. This was in 2016, and the first move from the sportswear brand was to shut down its golf equipment division. This created the path for other brands to sign Woods and is how TaylorMade first entered the picture. If you love explainer videos like these, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. I'll see you next time.